Happy New Year, lead dwellers. Hope you have a wonderful holidays with your family. And we are here, 2022 already. My goodness, it's just like yesterday, it's just 2021 and now it's January 2, 2022. Time flies so fast. Another year on my life. Okay, so just a quick update, everyone. We are First Shepherd Therapy and Healthcare Staffing, and you just updated our landline phone number here in the US. It's now 214-257-8417. Let me repeat that. It's 214-257-8417. We no longer have the old number. So if you want to reach us out, our email is firstshepherdmain@gmail.com. And check our website, firstshepherdhealthcarestaffing.com. We are continually hiring PTs, OTs, physical therapy assistants, and occupational therapy assistants in the Dallas-Fort Worth region here in Texas. If you're watching live, please comment LEAD, LEAD. If you're watching replay, please comment WELL, WELL. So let's jump right in on our weekly wellness tip. So for the past episodes, I've been discussing what is physical therapy all about, what is occupational therapy all about. Now, let me give way to our friends who are speech therapists and speech and language pathologists. So, according to the American Speech Language Hearing Association, or ASHA, speech and language pathologists work to prevent, assess, diagnose, and treat speech, language, social communication, and swallowing disorder in children and adults. Wow, very well said. Very specific on what they've been doing. I've been working with speech and language pathologists for about 10 years here in the United States. And I was just want to tell you guys, what you're doing is amazing. I have I was able to collaborate with some co-treatments in acute setting and skilled nursing facility, and I'm just amazed how the detail of the swallowing, this area, all the muscles that need to be strengthened, and just um, being a professional, because they don't have assistants. That's the thing. They really do the plan and they treat. That's why kudos to you, my friends. I just cannot imagine doing your job, dealing with all those impairments of the swallowing and speech arena. Plus, they also touch base on cognitive therapy. I work a lot with them with patient having Alzheimer's and dementia, and I cannot define exactly what your work exactly is all about, but if you have a speech therapist friend, ask them what they're doing. They're just amazing. Even in schools, they work with special needs children, and it makes their lives better, to be honest. So that's our weekly wellness tip. Get to know a speech and language pathologist or speech therapist today. Okay, let me just have a quick hi. Oh, okay, I thought there's a comment again. So let's get back. So our topic for today is all about leading like a burger patty. What's leading like a burger patty? Some of the books I've read, it's all about leading at the middle. Leading at the middle is when you are leading, let's say in a corporate level, that you are a supervisor and there are people under you, okay? And you are a supervisor, but there is a more higher leadership above you that you need to serve. So that's why I call this episode leading like a burger patty, or leading at the middle. So I'll divide this episodes into two, and let me discuss first about leading down. All right. Leading down is when a leader is considered the supervisor, manager, and problem solver of tasks that cannot be handled by the follower under the leader's authority. So basically, leading down is like a manager. Here's the manager or supervisor, and here's the entry level employee or regular employee. So here's the leader, and here's the follower. So I would like to just discuss how to lead down. First, how to lead down is we as leaders need to be a good servant first. Let me dive into it. You need to exemplify the values you are saying before you tell the worker that they should do it also. It's leading by example. It's all about um, walking the talk. And we are in a position in leadership. I've been a follower through most of my career. And now, as a leader, I need to have myself be more accountable, be more disciplined, because I know there are a lot of people looking at my leadership and following me. And it's not easy. I'm not perfect, but we need to persevere, to be disciplined, and be a good example to our workers. So, if you if you like to have a culture of punctuality, as an example, you must mostly be the first one to arrive at the office. Sorry for my allergies again. And last to leave at the time that you are supposed to do it, between 8 to 5 p.m. Sadly, most of my leaders that I have worked with during the past 15 years, I'm always the one first. Let's say my clock in is 8 o'clock. I'm already there at 7:55 a.m. And then the supervisor comes in around 8:15. And I know she should be or he should be there at 8 o'clock. And he or she is already gone, let's say by 3:30 or 4 o'clock. And I need to still treat my patients past 5 p.m. I get it, especially when you have a family, you need to be with the children. But I'm thinking maybe it's more of a time management issue for the supervisor, because he signed the job contract between 8 to 5 p.m. And why is the supervisor leaving that early and I am still in there? That brings me to a point of being demotivated because my leader is not doing what he's supposed to be, just being there, just to have a support or someone that I can ask a question with during the time that I'm still working. You know, as a leader, we need to be there. We are there being paid by our employer between 8 to 5 p.m., let's say. And we need to be honest and stay right there with our employees. We need to have someone that supervises these workers, because at the end of the day, we are accountable and liable for what they're doing too. So that's what it's all about being a good servant. It's called servant leadership. Number two, be a good mentor, not a commander. So, a mentor is someone that teaches and empowers a student, right? Meaning, you need to be a person, as I said from the first one, be a good servant and empowering these employees, workers under you, and not just keep on commanding them, telling them what to do. Plus, if you're talking about someone that's already achieved a degree, let's say a bachelor's degree, associate's degree, they are qualified to do it. And apparently, you or someone hired them to be on that position with a job description. So the job description is the one that will guide the supervisor to make sure that the employee is following what he or she is supposed to do, putting some boundaries of what's too much or what's not too little. Not a commander. A commander is just always saying, do this, do that. I need this by 11:30, but you're making it hard for the employees to function. Meaning, um, put your shoes on the worker if he or she is in a place where he or she can be torn between doing his job and making sure he's meeting the deadline, especially if the deadline you set is not attainable at that time. You need to up your game a little bit, my friend leader, because you don't want to lose employees more if you're having them or giving them a hard time. Just saying. Okay? So, examples of being a good mentor is check how their day is going prior to um, jumping into the task. Okay? How's your day going? How's the family doing? Like a quick one, before asking them a favor or something. Just be a human first. You get what I'm saying? Next, keep your door open as a leader so they know you are reachable when not in a private meeting or a break. Okay? The more that your door is open, meaning that you're approachable, you can be, ask for questions. If the door is locked, put a sign in there that you are in a meeting or you are in training so that the employees will understand where you are at, and just don't just keep leave them and not notifying them where you are at. Okay, you should also be accountable to them. Number three, set a time that you can evaluate the employee's performance privately. This is very important. If you have an employee, you need to be proactive and say, okay, you have a 90-day evaluation or 180-day evaluation, so that they are motivated and they know that you are in touch of what's happening, and let that evaluation be a free talking evaluation so that they can accept positive and both, things to improve, um, so that we can, make the whole organization a better place to work in. Number four, praise publicly and somehow correct privately. Again, praise publicly and somehow correct privately, because it's very important to still respect them. If there's something that is happening that should not be done, it should be confronted immediately. If you feel or you have evidences that the employee or um, the people under you is lying to you, you should confront that immediately and make sure that you're asking the right questions so that you'll get the right answers. Okay, usually what I do is first do a verbal talk with the employee, one on one, privately. Next, if he or she does it again, I need to write a letter. And third, if she does it again with a warning, okay, this will be my final warning. And if the attitude is still happening, you need to have a major decision to somehow fire this employee. Because if in a company of 100 people, not taking care or getting rid of one bad apple is also showing to be unloving to the other 99 employees under you. I repeat that again. If you're not showing, okay, or getting rid of one bad apple, you're not showing love to the other 99 employees. Okay? So, last but not the least, number three, be empowering, not controlling. All right? Meaning, you need to show them the ropes at first, instruct them, but allow them to apply it immediately. It's okay to fail. Okay? Leaders, it's okay to fail. Let them fail, because that's the only way they'll realize and make sure that, you know, the job is getting done in an effective manner, and be realistic of your goals. It's okay to fail as long as it's not intentional. Next, once you assign a task, give them freedom to explore and figure it out. I'm just happy with my clinical coordinator, Paula. She has been a very helpful uh, person to ease out the writing and the documentation part on my end. And somehow I just showed her the ropes. Okay, this is how I write usually, and then at the end of that, I'll just give it a good quick review and sign it, and bam, done. That's just how it is. Um, Meaning, I let them do what they're assigned to do. So, because at the end of the day, it will also ease out the burden to me as a leader. Next, having a task done 80% right is still better than not doing it at all. So, if you have an employee that has done it 80% correct, celebrate and appreciate that. And, give a little tips, reminders, because for sure she or he will make up that 20%. What I'm just saying is, don't be too hard, don't be too perfect in assigning tasks to them, because they won't like it, and they might just find another job if the what you're asking is always to be very well polished, and you'll just be surprised one day they have their 2 week notice without you expecting it. But the problem here, instead of pointing to someone, look at the three fingers. It's pointing at you, my friend. So I'm just keeping it real, meaning you need to do these things to how to lead down this year. Be a good servant first. Number two, be a good mentor and not a commander. Number three, be empowering, not controlling. So, as a reminder, the best reward as a leader is to raise leaders just like you. So, who are you raising? I repeat, the best reward as a leader is to raise leaders just like you. So, who are you raising? It's all about just like parenting, okay? You will leave a legacy, a mark to your children. The same with your employees. You will leave a mark to them. The best leaders that I work with, I remember their name and who they are, because they made a huge impact to what I am right now. Since it's the new year, I would like to encourage everyone from a very wonderful verse in the Bible. If you're planning big or doing something this year, here's God's promise. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future, in Jeremiah 29:11. So, if you have plans this year and start your own physical therapy business, don't hesitate to check me out at drfrancisdpt.com. That's drfrancisdpt.com. So, have a happy new year. Enjoy the rest of your week. And always remember, you are not just called to lead, my friends, but to lead it well. Have a good one. Enjoy your Sunday.